Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Yes, good morning and welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. I hope you're doing well. I've just had a gym sesh, so I've still got the hat on. Excuse me. Messy hair. I have had a trim, but as you can see, hella messy. So I thought I'd leave the hat on, just before I get sorted for the day. But anyway, a little bit of hair sticking out there as well. Right, guys, before we get into this video, which is exclusively about Renato Sanches and our search for another midfielder to replace Wijnaldum, make sure you like, comment, and... Oh, bit of peach just came out of my mouth there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm an idiot. I know. Still got hair all over the place. How do I get this bit? Anyway, guys, what a week it's been. Been at Anfield twice this week. Some of you may have seen me on LFC TV singing the You Never Walk Alone song against Osasuna. What a treat that was. Just a beautiful couple of days at Anfield, really. So excited to be back. But today, I wanted to talk to you about Renato Sanches because I'm not going to lie to you. Let me know if you agree in the comments right now. But it seems like all transfer rumours and, things that link us with players, they're all dying. I haven't seen us strongly linked with a player. Let me know if you guys have or if I'm missing out on something here. But it seems like during the last week or so, I've gone from, telling you guys, don't panic. We've still got 2.5 weeks to go. 3.5 weeks to go. But I'm not going to lie to you, I'm starting to panic a little bit. We definitely need another midfielder to come into the club. There's no question about that. However, will we get one sorted before the end of the window remains to be seen. A lot of people really anxious about this transfer window and how it could potentially bite us in the behind later on down the line, which I hope doesn't happen. But I wanted to show you an article that I read this morning, and it is about Renato Sanches, and it's an excerpt from the Here We Go podcast, Fabrizio Romano. You know him very well. This is the Anfield Watch reporting it. But there is Renato Sanches, still only 23. But Fabrizio Romano says Liverpool are still interested in Sanches. He says that Lille have placed a €40 million price tag on Sanchez's head. Romano added that Barcelona are also interested in the 23-year-old. As quoted by Anfield Watch's Twitter account, Romano told the Here We Go podcast the following. It's Barcelona and Liverpool that are interested in Renato Sanches, but the price tag is around €40 million, so we will see what happens in the coming days. Very interesting because, we've done videos on Renato Sanches earlier on in the window, and it was very clear to you guys that we were interested in him. We want him. And now, as we all know, the financial situation at Barcelona is nothing more than disgraceful. So how they would be able to sign Renato Sanches, I just don't get that. I just don't understand how that would work. So if those are the only two teams in for Sanches, Liverpool and Barcelona, you'd have to say that we are more likely to get Sanches than Barcelona right now. I don't think they can afford to be doing any deals like that. And if he comes into Barcelona, let's not forget, he goes almost straight to the top of the paying, the weekly payments that he would receive, and they just don't have the money. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with that one. Romano says keep an eye on it in the coming days. There you go. What a beautiful kit that was, by the way, Portugal at Euro 2020, a beautiful kit, which is actually quite similar to the Liverpool warm-up shirt, t-shirt, if you saw us play or train in that, I should say, over the Sunday and Monday games. But the Anfield Watch here say that we would love Liverpool to make a move for Sanches. He's a fine young player, 5 goals and 5 assists in 60 appearances for Lille. An average rating of 6.78 across the 2020-2021 Ligue 1 campaign. As we have already stated, Sanches is only 23. With that being the case, his career is only just beginning. Liverpool yet to replace Wijnaldum, and Lachlan Ballingal says that Liverpool need to sell players in order to buy players this summer, which we all know. But let's not forget, this kid has just won Ligue 1 and he's pipped PSG to the post. Now, whether that will happen next season with the introduction of Leo Messi remains to be seen. But this kid has just won. well, not the Premier League, a league title in the big 5 leagues. That is nothing to be sniffed at, and especially when you overcome Paris Saint-Germain to win it. And he must have had a big part to play in that title-winning campaign. So the age fits. As we know, Liverpool like to buy players in that age range. Of course, he has probably 5 years of top-level experience now. I remember him at Euro 2016 with Portugal when he got his move to Bayern Munich. But that didn't really work for him. So he's gone back down the line to rebuild. And that's what he's done there at Lille. Can we buy him? 40 million euros. Would you pay that? Let me know in the comments right now. Aiden says Sanchez's injury record, though. Yeah, of course. Listen, a lot of players in our team have awful injury records as well. So I think when we're looking at a player, you can't really say anymore, but he gets injured all the time, because all of our players get injured all the time. To be honest, our best players get injured all the time. Facts. So I don't really think we can write him off just yet with injuries. Steve says, as usual, we're associated with lots of signings, and yet year after year, it's the same old stories. He sounds very fed up. You sound very fed up, Steve, there. I can't lie to you, bro. See, again, Luca says, what's happening with Saul transfer? Again, we haven't really had any news, have we, in the last week or so? It's been super, super quiet in terms of transfers. I really, really expect to see Xherdan Shaqiri and Nat Phillips. Unfortunately, you guys know how much I love Nat Phillips, but unfortunately, he looks like he's going to go, not in the squad against Bilbao or against Osasuna. So it looks like the writing is on the wall for those guys. And if we can sell Shaqiri and Nat Phillips for around 30 million, then yes, you can see us maybe go in for Sanchez. As you guys all know, and it's not new news anymore, it's just how it is. Liverpool need to sell before we can buy. That's just how it goes. And whether we like it or not, that's how we move. Aiden says, we need something. Stephen says, it's going to be an interesting going forward in the next few weeks if we will make more transfers. For me, we have to address the midfield situation if we want to compete. And we all want Liverpool to compete. So there's no doubt that we still need to dip into that transfer market. Yes, Naby Keita's had a good preseason, and the Ox. Curtis Jones is a massive season for him. How many chances is he going to get before he's moved on now? Really interested to see the kind of midfield situation by the end of the window. It's now August the 11th. The window closes in exactly 3 weeks. So we don't have long. And obviously the season starts in a few days. So realistically, as we all would have wanted, we wanted Liverpool to have made their signings before the season started. That's just, what makes sense, really. Bed them in early, maybe June, July, and then get them running on the ground in August. That hasn't happened yet again for Liverpool. I was on Sky Sports last week saying that traditionally we don't do our business until quite later on in the window. However, it's getting close to that time, and the season is starting this weekend, and we've only made one signing. That signing does look very good, but guys, do we need to buy Renato Sanches ASAP? And when I say ASAP, obviously, we need to sell 2 or 3 players before we can make that move. However, is he the type of player that you would like to see bedded in to the Liverpool squad ASAP? If we don't get him, someone else will. And it's just one of those things where we're going to have to bide our time. We're going to have to trust the process. Who knows? We could get to the end of the window with 2 names and we're over the moon with them both. But as things stand right now, Liverpool, in my opinion, desperately need to dip into the transfer market just to re-up the depth and the strength in the depth in the squad. Aiden says, we're not City or PSG or United, etc. with money, but do you think we spend at the level of the club we are? No. It's a great question, that, Aiden. Thank you for that. No, we don't. I was talking to James Redman about this, and he made a joke as we were walking up to the stadium the other day, and he said, FSG must have 2 different bank accounts, one that they can access and one that they can't access, because I think our average net spend across the last 4 years has been £4 million. So you think of Liverpool as an institution, Premier League winners, Champions League winners, we've won it all, but we don't spend like Premier League and Champions League winners. We spend as if we're just being promoted to the Premier League, which is mental. It's sustainable, don't get me wrong, but it's mental. We should and need to be spending more money as a football club. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. And that's not me saying I'm against the owners. As we all know, I'm quite in the middle when it comes to FSG. However, They need to spend some money. And that's not me saying go out and whack 80 million down on a player. No, we do business a bit cleverer than that. However, money talks. And if you can get Renato Sanches and then maybe get a winger for a total of maybe 80 mil, considering the money that we've made already in this transfer window, you have to do that. There's no way that we cannot finish this transfer window without buying some players. I would say if we can put aside 50 or 60 million, considering we're still due to get 20, 30, 40 million for outgoings, then why not? We have to spend. Look at City. We need to compete with these teams. United as well. We have to compete. Chelsea, Lukaku. We have to compete. That's all I'm going to say. So FSG, if you are watching, get the old wallet out, mate. Yeah, I want to see some transfers coming in before the end of the window. Let me know who you in the comments right now would like to see come in. Still, we've been talking about this for a long time now. I've been doing transfer update videos for months now, since the end of the season, and we haven't got anywhere really. And it's just time now to finally buy someone. I'm sure it is. And I'm not saying, for 1 second that I don't trust the process. I do. But time is ticking. And let's get that checkbook out. Listen, if we need to get rid of 2 or 3, let's do it this week. So next week, after the Norwich game, we can see some new faces coming in. Please, FSG, please let me know in the comments if you agree. The owners have said recently that next year is the big year, but I don't believe them whatsoever. And I feel we will keep being led down the path by the owners who are only there for the business side, of course. I mean, there was chat about a big transfer kitty available to Liverpool next season. That's no good. We need it now. Listen, we don't know what's going to happen next season. All of our best players could leave, and there's no point in trying to, spend the dough when that happens. You need to invest now. We have to invest, guys. We have to invest. Desperately need to replace Ginny. Lucas says, last summer we bought Thiago really late in the window, so I can see them doing a midfield signing late again. Who knows? And with the forward thing, I mean, a lot of people were saying, yeah, we need a winger. Guys, what do you feel about Takumi Minamino? Is he now going to step up and be the man? Is he going to fill that position that we desperately need? Had a really clever pre-season, and I think he's definitely settled in a lot more now than he was last year. So really excited to see some more of Takumi Minamino in the new season. Aiden says, don't mind going on the high street sometimes. We can't go Harrods or Selfridges. There you go. We sometimes need to go to a little River Island or a Top Shop or a Burton. Shithole. No offense to Burton. But yeah, we don't have them. We simply do not have the money to be spending 80, 90, 100 million on players like these other clubs do. Actually, we probably do have the money, but we don't do that. We just don't do it as a football club. We don't spend that much on one player. We buy uncut gems and turn them into £100 million. Do it the other way around. So it's one of those. We're going to have to work it out in the next couple of weeks for sure. As you can hear, the seagulls going at it this morning. I don't know what they're doing there. I mean, there's probably a little crew of them all shouting around. It's quite nice actually, because it makes you feel like you're on the seaside. You know what I mean? If you can hear the seagulls, it is quite annoying actually. Yeah, it looks like there's a big group of them out there. Vicstar123 says, if Van Dijk is not himself, then you lot are in trouble. Thank you, bro. You lot, I'm guessing you're not a Liverpool fan. Brad the lad, why not go for Abraham? 30 mil is a bargain. Definitely need another striker. That's a good shout. He was written yesterday, or it was written about him yesterday, that he would end up at Roma for 34 mil. Now Arsenal are back in the frame. So why are we not in the frame for him? A proven Premier League striker. Would he fit at Liverpool? I'm not too sure. I mean, that old school number 9, get it up to him. I don't think that's our style anymore. We learned that with Christian Benteke. But if he is around for around 30 mil, we definitely do need someone. And yeah, Akash, what are your thoughts on Harvey Barnes? My thoughts on Harvey Barnes are, I could see him in a Liverpool shirt. That's my thoughts. I could. I just don't think it's going to happen this year. Leicester are on this new wave of success with the FA Cup and the Community Shield. If I was him, I wouldn't leave there now. He gets a game every single week for there. Not a mover for me. Aidan Andrews, Tammy over Origi. Well, that's a big shout there. Origi, obviously, in this situation at Liverpool where he doesn't know whether to stay or go. It's a tough one for him. We all love him, but it probably is time to go. So him, Shaqiri, Nat Phillips, Carrier still has to go. These can all raise maybe 40, 30 million pounds, and then we invest that in someone, because we know we need to sell before we buy. And I'm not saying I agree with that, but that's just the way it is, guys. So in the comments right now, do we need to buy Renato Sanches ASAP, considering the Premier League season starts this weekend? And the window is only open for a total of 3 more weeks. Time is ticking, FSG. What are you going to do about it? We need reinforcements, and we need them now. But I'm still trusting the process. 3 weeks to go. So, of course, we'll be back on the channel talking about transfers coming in and out of the club. Also, don't forget this weekend, the big kickoff, the curtain raiser to the Premier League for Liverpool. We will be doing a live watch-along of the game with myself and Ruby. I'm just going to get a picture of Ruby up ASAP for you here. Big Liverpool fan. She's actually... If you walk past Anfield, she's actually on the club store. There's a picture of her. So she's obviously well in with the club. I'll get a picture up of her now so you can get familiar with what she looks like. She's a true Scouser. So very much looking forward to having her on the show. This is Ruby, ladies and gents. There she is. That's her doing Liverpool stuff there last season. Love that with JD. Scouse Power. She's the girl in the advert that screams that out. There she goes. There's Ruby, and she will be coming on the channel very regularly this season to do the live watch-alongs with me. So I can't wait for that. She's going to be on the channel, as is James. We're all meeting up tomorrow to film a new trailer for the channel, and we have Hot Topics, the brand new podcast starting next week. Myself and James Redmond, guys. You do not want to miss that one. Trust me. Make sure you're subscribing so you don't miss out. Press the bell as well whilst you're at it. A couple more comments just before we leave. Darren, morning to you, sir. Good price for Renato and only 23. He could potentially be world-class under the guidance of Klopp. I actually totally agree with that statement, bro. I totally agree. I'm not even going to add to it. Jota needs to step up this season because we're not going to buy an attacker. Other clubs buy then sell. We don't. KMT, kiss my teeth. Midfield actually looks fine. Would prefer a pacey wide goal scorer, says the Anfield Lark. But Daz says we need a midfielder and a forward, but I trust Klopp 100%. Ruby did a really good interview with Trent. There you go. She did. She's very close with Trent. So we're having her on the channel. Maybe we could get Trent on the channel as well. Who knows? But yeah, Ruby did a great interview with Trent that we will definitely talk about when she gets on the show. So then, I think I've told you everything I need to say. Like I said, Hot Topics, the Norwich game watch along. We're going to do a match preview on Friday as well for that. So stick around for that one. And then next week, Hot Topics, and we get into the season. Daz, positives have been we keep our best players every season. That is true. That is true. Right, guys, like I said, make sure you're subscribing. We've hit the 6.2 mark, I think. So really happy about that. Obviously, you can see us going to the fan cam nights at Anfield. We've actually just got 400 subscribers in the last couple of days with some really nice viewing figures as well, guys. So massive thanks to you for watching the fan cams. Big up. And make sure you carry on doing so. James's fan cam on 2,000 views, and the night before that, his one is on 5,500 views. So very excited for that. We're going to keep going. We're going to continue to break down new barriers and keep delivering great content. So, guys, make sure you're subscribed. Take care, and we'll see you very, very soon. All the best.
Whoa. Just before you go,
don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.